Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. It's really Friday. And it's Women's Day. Happy Women's Day. I saw a post from my sister who lives in Poland, Ruby, about Women's Day. And I didn't know it was Women's Day. So I asked her, is it really Women's Day? I didn't know. Of course, she said, yes, it is, obviously. And I continued to ask her, is it only in Poland or everywhere else? Well, she didn't find it very funny and answered me, of course, it's international. So happy Women's Day and happy Friday. I hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. And I hope you have something planned. Hi, hello to my one viewer over there. Please comment. I love to interact with people, and that's what this is all about. I've updated again my description. So what I think is important is maybe just for me to go over it real quickly. I've added a disclaimer that reads, Youdoyou is a channel about living mindfully and intentionally, renewing your mind. Oh, and intentionally renewing your mind, sorry. We talk about mental health, depression, anxiety, OCD, ADHD, major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, other mental disorders, and fibromyalgia or fibrositis. I share my personal experience on mental health and hope to help those who suffer from mental disorders. I am not a healthcare professional, nor do I have a degree. I too am still seeking for answers and hope to find them along with you. If you think you are suffering from a mental disorder, please seek help. The first step is to go to your medical practitioner, your GP, and from there you will be referred to the right places. So, yes, hey, we have 3. Welcome, viewers. Please interact, please comment. I would love to chat with you. I did make my settings so that only subscribers can comment. The reason for this is I need to get to 500 viewers, not because I am hungry to monetize this channel. I do have a purpose. I do have a vision, and I'll share that with you later on. So no funds will be used to enrich me. I have an amazing idea with what I want to do with this channel moving forward. So welcome. We're going to talk about health today. And as I said before, you are a spirit, you live in a body, and you have a soul. And a lot of us have a problem with that, with our soul. That is our will, our intellect, and our emotions. We let those things take first preference over everything else. We eat what we feel like eating. We do what we feel like doing. We think things that are sometimes so toxic that we don't realize the damage it's doing to our bodies. But your soul, your will, your intellect and emotions, that is something that needs to be crucified, so to speak. You need to keep that in check all the time. That is one of the things that you can control and that you can take mindful step towards improving. Obviously, you can exercise. Obviously, you can change your diet. Obviously, you can check what you're watching, watch what you're hearing, obviously what you're reading, how much time you spend on social media. It's not something that will have a positive effect on you in the long run. I myself am not very fond of social media. I'm a YouTube fan. I really love my YouTube. I use my Facebook to keep track of what I've been doing. It's like a diary of sorts, so that all my pictures are there. And I love that it reminds me about something that happened 1 year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. And it's always a nice reminder of where I came from and where I am today. Um, All the other social media platforms, I must admit, I don't understand very well. I am an X generation, and we didn't grow up with social media, with cell phones, with all those things. Televisions, watching television were limited. We were allowed to watch at certain times and certain programs. And whenever our parents wanted to watch the news or their favorite soap opera or whatever, we had to like leave the room, or we could watch news with them. Movies, yeah, we had scheduled movie nights, I would say. On a Sunday, I think at 8 o'clock or something, there were movies. My parents had a DSTV, I think that at that time it was called multi-choice. But later on, we had ETV. So in South Africa, we only had 3 channels: SABC 1, SABC 2, SABC 3, and then those who were fortunate enough had Mnet. And Mnet was a decoder you had to purchase, and then from there, you could watch what they are, you know, giving. And it was limited to only a few channels at first, and now it has become a multi-choice, I think, or whatever you call a DSTV. But we were very thrilled when ETV came along. I mean, they were sending them the nicest programs, but only limited. There was a limited time. Oh no, that was Mnet. We could watch Mnet from 5 to 7, I think, and that was when all the soapies, Igoli and Santa Barbara and Dynasty and The Bold and the Beautiful, those were the things that my parents watched. And of course, we weren't always allowed to watch that. And I remember very vividly, if ever we were watching a movie together, we would have the Wichistu situation, close your eyes, and then everyone that's a child above, below the age of, all the children. If you're not an adult, you're a child. You had to close your eyes. We weren't allowed to watch kissing or anything of that sort. There were no swearing that I remember on the channels on the TV, but it was a good time. As a result, I've always been very, how can I put this, pessimistic over social media and whether it's a good thing or not. Today, I use it as a tool to chat to you guys. And I think it's what we should do. We should share our experiences. We should tell our stories. And we should spread the gospel. There's so much there that can help you, whether you are a Christian or not. Please don't let that deter you. I am a born-again believer, and of course, I love to spread the gospel and the good news, but you will benefit from what I have to say, from what I've learned, especially regarding mental health. And if you can just take what you want and leave the rest, I think that would be the best approach here. So I've made some notes about, let me just see where I am, 8 minutes in. Okay, I'm going to try and make this as short and sweet as possible. So what I want to talk about is being healthy with your body. As I said, you do live in this body, and you will be in this body until your body is no more. You need to understand that this is temporary. All of this. If you've ever experienced someone dying, just one moment. Babe, ek doen gou 'n live. Hallo, jy kan maar praat? Yes, hoeveel? Maak so. Love you. Okay, bye. Okay. All right. We share an account. So I just have to make sure there's funds from that there's funds from the account. Anyway, I just want to say that life happens. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent. I'm going to do that right now. Life does happen, and there are things that come in the way of what we plan on doing, and this is one of those things. So let's just keep it real and be mindful of me as well in my complete unprofessionality. That's the word. I think a lot of us want to wait until we have the right tools and the right gear and all the right things so that we can do something properly, you know. We plan and we plan and we plan, and we end up never executing that plan. So I'm very bad at planning. I am quite impulsive when it comes to certain things. I like to do things on the moment, and that's what I decided to do today. I just received too much helpful things, too many amazing revelations to not share this with you. Let me just make sure I'm still live. Here we go. I'm still live. Hey, I still have one viewer. It's nice to see you. Please drop a comment that I can see who you are. But first, subscribe. Let me say that to everyone on replay. If you're listening to this, I love the fact that people are going into my streams and replaying. It would be lovely if you could subscribe and like my videos and share. It helps me to be known out there so that other people can also find me. And even if there's just one person who benefits from my experience and what I have to say, then my job here is done. To get back to my notes. All right. So to recap, we are a spirit, we live in a body, and we have a soul. Okay. All three of these things are like, it's like a 3-in-1 being. It needs to be healthy. So, and happy before you can be healthy and happy in your mind. I hope that makes sense. You can't expect to just eat what you want, do what you want, say what you want, watch what you want, listen to what you want, be in a toxic relationship, allow people to abuse you mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, economically. I know economical abuse is a big thing. I've been contacted with a lot of people that are suffering abuse daily, mental abuse, physical abuse, unfortunately, economical abuse. That's when your partner or whoever is in control of your finances controls you. It's basically about control. So yeah, I'll chat about taking control at a later time. I know it's easier for some than it is for others. In a way, I have allowed control in my previous marriage to a large extent. So I have learned to overcome that. I'm a very strong individual. I'm a strong person. I have a strong will. I have a strong mind. But I do know where my place is, and I do know how to submit. And I will always admit when I'm wrong. Okay. So we're going to hone in on health. And if you want to be healthy in your body, you need to just check all those categories. It is a good idea to make sure that the content you're reading online or watching online, or what you are keeping yourself busy with, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, make sure that you are putting in things that are good for you. Ultimately, what you put in is what you will get out. So I only have a few points that I'd like to raise. Every one of us is different. What works for you, what works for me, might not work for you. We are all made differently. We have different blood types. We have different body shapes. We are all skillfully and wonderfully made, as the Word of God says. Check your eating habits. Number 2, what you put in is what you'll get out. And the saying, you are what you eat, comes to mind. I'm just going to open the door a little. Oh, that's better. Just needed some fresh air. I needed to just feel a little bit of ventilation. All of a sudden, it's a bit hot in here. And it's not me. That's heating up. I'm going to open the window too. So just excuse me. Sorry. That's it. Much better. I don't want to put the fan on. It's going to definitely make a noise. So let's not do that. And again, thanks for the viewers that are here to join me. Please comment. I would love to interact with you. I actually had so many tabs open, and then the electricity went off. We have load shedding here. We experience this on a regular basis in South Africa. Read up about it if you don't know much. We need to understand that, or you need to understand that we unfortunately have some challenges in this country, one of which is that every now and again there's not enough electricity to go around, so we have to shed the electricity or the load on the grid. So this is called load shedding, and it happens every so often. So I had all my tabs neatly open and arranged before I went live, and then it all went boom. So I'm going to try and refer to my sources as best I can. All right. Getting enough exercise. Oh, wait. Number 2. Everyone is different. Number 1. What works for you won't necessarily work for everyone else. Number 2, check your eating habits. Now, I've picked up over the past 8 months up until January, say 6 months up until January, I've picked up a lot of weight. Actually, I've been gaining weight over the past 2 years as my hormones have changed and as I have changed as a woman. Everything's different. There's more wrinkles. There's more beards over here. There's more over there. Everything is different. It goes south very quickly. All the wobbly bits are even more wobblier than it was. And in a way, you need to embrace that. It's also part of growing up. I'm turning 48 this year. And it's part of that. It's the journey that you're on. You need to embrace that journey. You will only be here on this day today once. So make the most of that. Checking your eating habits will determine how you feel. If you are someone who eats when you're stressed or doesn't eat when you are stressed, or eat when you're happy, or only eat at night, just maybe make a few changes. Someone once said, if what you are doing doesn't work, change your posture and change your position. So obviously you can take this literally or figuratively, and both is a great way to look at it. So changing your posture and your position, the 2 P's, works very well for me. If I feel my neck is hurting now, then I immediately check my posture. Okay, how am I sitting? Maybe I should sit somewhere else. Maybe I should change the environment, put a fan in, go have a sip of water, or whatever. Change something and see if that helps. And the same goes with your eating habits. Do some reading up about your blood types. I actually have a dear friend of mine that just completely, she swamps me with so many amazing things that I can't help but actually, how can I put this? I can't help but share what I get from her, and I hope she's live today. She spoke to me about Dr. Chris today. So Dr. Chris's surname I now forgot. I'm gonna try and remember. If she is on air, please just tell me what is Dr. Chris's surname. Let me see. Are you there? Are you there? You are there! Okay, CM, thank you so much for being there. Remind me, Chris's surname, because on his page it just says De Beer. Thank you, Chris De Beer. So just to show you, my dear friend, she's here. And then she said, Chris De Beer. Okay. So I checked out his page, and what I actually wanted to talk about today was, again, not what I planned on talking about. I wanted to hone in on depression, and I found this leaflet, Tips for Getting Your Anxiety Under Control, which I've never read until now. I have a bookshelf now since Sunday. Now I'm discovering all these things. So I wanted to go over these things with you, but I won't have time to do that today. I'll do that another time. If I can quickly go to the tab. Where are you, tab? Like I said, I had everything neatly arranged, and then the electricity went off. So I'm just going to live with what I have, and I keep going to the same one. Let me just check the correct one. No, not that one. There. So this amazing man has got such a big rap sheet. I'm very impressed. Just to tell you a little bit about him, he is one of the youngest rugby players in the first league and provincial rugby in South Africa at the age of 17. He's one of our provincial bodybuilding champions. He is South African junior champion in javelin, under 17, under 19, and under 20. He is a South African senior champion in javelin 1985 to 1987. He is a junior world record holder in javelin from 1978 to 1982. And I wish I could show you a picture of that. I don't know how to share my screen yet, but I will figure that out. And loads of other things. One thing that really impressed me is that he has had 20 August races. Now, August is held here in Cape Town once a year, usually in February or March, and it's quite a grueling bicycle race. And we have very steep passes, especially around Chapman's Peak and up and down the mountain, Table Mountain. So I've never done it myself, nor will I, because it's just not on my bucket list. But it's an amazing way of actually just please, can someone tell me if I stayed live or if I disappeared? What happened? Hello? Am I still there? I don't know if I am. I don't know if I'm not. Am I? Am I still there? Yes, cool. Okay. It just disappeared on me. Thank you. Okay, great. Online gebly en live. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Marlies. I appreciate that. So what I'm going to do now is just go over some of the things that I found on his website that I think is simply amazing. He does something specifically with blood types. He's one of the first people. He is one of the people who have actually found, or let me just go there to find the words. The man, the methods. He's a pioneer in South Africa, and he trademarked a genotype approach to nutrition. His doctoral thesis explored the impact that combined and diverse genetic factors have on physiology, well-being, and physical performance. His methodology has seen him run a successful private practice for decades. His methods include blood type, analyzing that, genetic body shape, muscle fiber composition, food sensitivities and preferences, sectors or non-sector liver status. And in his practice, he combines this with oxidative blood stress analysis, where live cultures indicate areas of attention and predisposition. My friend really, she's really excited about what she learned with her experience with Dr. Chris. So his website is drchrishealth.co.za. I will add his information in my description after this. So I've neglected to do that, but I will. What I wanted to mention as well, if I can just go to his home screen real quick. I think what I liked, some of the things that I liked the most is the topics that he talks about. He talks about sugar, the cheap cocaine. He talks about the addiction of it and how it is actually worse than some of the street drugs out there because it's freely available, and obviously we feed ourselves and our kids with it. This one I did like, exploding the myth of being human. We're all different on the outside, but the same on the inside, he says, is not true. We are not the same on the inside. I know that for a fact. The science shows it, he says. You are as unique as every star and every grain of sand a living miracle. Remember that. So that is amazing. That really speaks to me. My friend came with a blood type approach because I know that I'm blood type O, and I understand that there are certain things. Where's my hairband now? There's certain things that you need to keep in mind with your blood type. Some people can have all types of meat, while others need to stay away from certain types of meat. It won't kill you, but it will make you feel more lethargic or less energetic. And that's actually why I think I wanted to speak about health, mainly because today, especially, I'm struggling to focus. I'm struggling to stay awake. And yeah, obviously, my friend picked up on that and started giving me some tips and advice. She's a fixer. So I love her for that. And then, of course, he says that blood types do matter. There are three other factors, but there are three other factors that shift human categories from 6 to 42, and you fit neatly into one of those categories. And then on his website, you can click on Inquire to find more information. There's so many things there. Sport and nutrition, PMS is not a 4-letter word. It talks about PMS and menopause. I'm going to have to go in on that. But there's so much more than that. I see that he is someone that takes his nutrition seriously, but also his religion and what he believes. There was another page that I saw of him that I wish I could find. Oh, this is quite interesting. He is a seasoned, enthusiastic, and knowledgeable speaker. Dr. Chris De Beer, there's his surname. Thank you. Is known for his groundbreaking approach to health, nutrition, high-performance sport training, and weight management. He's sometimes controversial, but always thought-provoking. Sounds like me. Talks are attended by professionals and people from all walks of life. He'll show you proof that all diets are nonsense. I've believed that all my life. Sugar is more deadly than banned drugs. All human beings aren't the same. He has inspired medical professionals, health corporates, coaches, athletes to change the way they think about food with remarkable results. His scientific approach combined with an outside the box perspective will shift your attitude to your body and its performance forever. So that sounds very good. And why not? Why not go and explore what people like Dr. Chris does? I think it's important that you not rely only on yourself and your Google search abilities. We have people that have Google diagnosed themselves, and that is not a good idea. Never. You will sometimes find that you are sick all the time with what you think you are sick with. So don't do that. It's not a good idea. I'm just going to change something real quick. If you can help me do that, I'm just going to close the tabs that I don't need so that I don't toggle forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, so one of the things that Dr. Chris talks about is herbal remedies in the Bible. Here he talks about herbal remedies in the Bible that opens up a world of natural remedies to the reader by not only referring to herbs and plants that were used for medical purposes in biblical times and which are equally applicable in the world of natural health today. Eating Your Way to Victory. It's a must-have publication. I presume it's a book that you can order and get off the dieting seesaw. It's aimed at clients making use of his services, and you need to get hold of this book. It's currently being expanded as we speak. So let me just change what I'm done with. The next topic, the next point. Let's move on. See, now I must toggle. Toggle. All right. Mindfulness. Youdoyou mindfulness. There we go. Get enough exercise. Number 3. If you can't power walk every day, be active. Clean the house. And don't sit still for too long. I think going to the gym is not something that used to be done in the olden days. it surely helps. If you're that type of person, it doesn't work for me. I interact with people too much. I make new friends. I spend my time talking to other people, and I end up not exercising. I lounge around in the the health bar, and then I can't seem to get back to my exercise. So do what you can. I have a stairs in my house, and I make sure that I go up and down those stairs on a regular basis. I don't sit still for too long. I'm a content writer. That makes it hard because sometimes there are hours and hours of work to be done. And make sure that you are comfortable. Have a nice seat. I don't. I'm saving up for a gamer seat, but make sure that your posture is correct so that you can sit for long periods of time, and that you don't have to. Um, um, Feel like a train hit you at the end of the day. Getting exercise also helps stretch those muscles. Even if you have fibromyalgia, which I do have, the best thing you can do is to stay moving, keep moving, stand and work, sit and work, maybe move your legs more, do some butt crunches and some tummy exercises while you're there. Okay, I can't go and walk or jog every day, so unfortunately, that's not something I can do just yet. But I am very active, and I do clean up, and I walk about, and I make sure that I'm in and out and everywhere. Right, taking supplements. In my notes, you'll see that I've highlighted the most important. These are what I take. I take vitamin D once a week. Vitamin C, I'm supposed to take. I just take lemon juice in the morning, but I need to take more vitamin C. Omega-3, very, very important. Try and stay away from the 6 and the 9. Focus on omega-3. Calcium, magnesium, it's a good idea to have a powder that you just mix with a little bit of milk at night. It goes down quite easy. It's a chalky substance, and calcium and magnesium goes together. You need the one to take up the other, and it helps produce melatonin and all that, which calms you down, lets you have a good night's sleep. Folic acid, something I used to take daily. I'll do that again. Zinc, I take daily, and multivitamins. So to check myself, I actually went and researched what you need, dietary supplements, and everything that I just read is considered as supplements that you really need. So you can rely on that. It says there, vitamin D, probiotics. I don't take that, but a good bacteria idea is to eat a lot of yogurt, kombucha, miso, sauerkraut. You can make your own sauerkraut. All you need is a cabbage and salt and a container and 2 weeks. All right. Then we have multivitamins. Great idea, because you cannot get everything in that you need every day. Folic acid. The reason why folic acid is very important, it helps prevent birth defects in babies' brains and spines. If you're planning to get pregnant, which I don't, but the CDC recommends taking that much in as a supplement, 400 micrograms a day, along with whatever you get from your diet. But okay, if you're not working on babies, you don't have to do that. Okay. Fiber supplements. If you don't eat, hello, milkies. If you don't eat enough veggies, fruits, whole grains, and all that, make sure you get a fiber supplement. I eat a lot of vegetables along with meat. Fish oil, we just spoke about that. Again, they highlight omega-3s. Calcium, unless your doctor specifies that you don't have to take it, but joint supplements like calcium, magnesium is very, very important, and it also is mentioned here. Magnesium is the mineral that supports your body in it supports your body in lots of ways. It gives you energy, keeps your heart healthy. But even though it's found in a range of foods like nuts, seed, whole grains, and leafy greens, most Americans, obviously South Africans too, most people don't get enough of it. If you're interested in taking magnesium, ask your doctor what is best. I'm telling you now, calcium magnesium powder is the best. It's inexpensive. There are other things they mention like melatonin, vitamin C, obviously, and that's it. Coenzyme Q10. Yeah, not everyone can take that, but turmeric one can. It's a very inexpensive spice. You see, I'm trying to be fast today, and now I'm just going over my words. It's a yellow orangey spice that it helps tame inflammation, especially if you have rheumatoid arthritis or fibrositis like me, or fibromyalgia, or anything that's got to do with your nervous system, your muscles and things like that. Take that, consider that. It's very inexpensive. You can literally just mix it with water along with some cinnamon and maybe some cayenne pepper and drink it down. Vitamin B12, I used to get injections for that. And again, at the end of this article, they say, remember, everyone's different. Everyone will have different health concerns, different health ailments, and you need to seek help. You need to seek medical help if you think or wonder if that there's something wrong with you. Let me go back to my notes. Minimize. So, lastly, breathe. I'm going to end with that. Oxygen is so necessary for a healthy mind. And I don't think we really understand how important it is to, I will look at the comments just now. Yes, let's just go to that. Melanie says, just before we go to the last one, Melanie says, you're such an inspiration. Thank you, Melanie. Melanie LaRue. I don't think I know you, do I? But well done. And thank you. Thank you. Well done for showing up for yourself today. So CM says, Colorful Me, I just had a chocolate. Colorful Me is supposed to be on a little diet thingy, I think. Trying to lose weight in 10 days, are you, CM? And then I've got another comment over here. You're so cute. Okay. All right, CM, thanks a million. Yeah, I'm so cute. In Afrikaans, the word is oulik. Oulik. And cute's not really doing justice to that word, but oulik is a nice word. It's like lekker. Lekker in Afrikaans. You don't have an English word for that. And then I have CM saying, I'm so guilty of that sitting too long. Yeah, it really is a problem. You cannot underestimate the damage that you're doing to yourself if you sit too long. So to get back to my topics, breathing. I invite you to go and have a look at one of my live streams that I did about inner child healing. The lady, all the details on there, Rebecca Kodeki, she's a breathwork teacher, as well as a celebrity fitness coach. And she has an amazing rap sheet as well of everything she's achieved and done in her life. Well, I'm sure it's called a bio, but whatever, a rap sheet. I just like that word more. She does mindful meditative breathing exercises. You can find her on all sorts of yoga platforms. The one that I'm thinking of now just went out of my mind all of a sudden, but I will find it and put it in the comments, where you can listen to her. She has 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 25-minute breathwork exercises, and it's not airy-fairy things. It's nothing weird. It's just music that plays, and she guides you through breathing exercises. Try that. You will feel refreshed. You will feel rejuvenated. Your mind will open up. But more than that, check this daily. You need to understand that if your body goes into a state of anxiety, you do tend to stop breathing. And that just exasperates everything. When you don't breathe, you become anxious. And when you're anxious, you don't breathe. Let me just hide that comment again. Hello, people. I have to hurry up now and land this plane. So, yes, breathing is so important. Oxygen is your lifeline. Breathing correctly will help you with anxiety, will help you with stress, and it will help you with depression. So, I need you to understand that we've been given everything to live a happy, healthy, mindful life here on earth. You're not supposed to just, be excited for going to heaven. You can have heaven on earth here where you are. And you cannot mean anything to anybody unless you first look after yourself. The Bible says very specifically that you need to love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul. Now, the soul, we remember, it's your will, intellect, and emotions. You have to want to will. And you want, feed your mind, your intellect, and get your emotions under the control of the Holy Spirit, read the Word of God. It's one of the only ways that you can become mindfully sound. Believe me. Then I forgot what I was busy saying. What was I busy saying? Can anybody tell me? Remind me. Where am I? Ish. Yeah, ish. Met ish, yeah. Yeah, that's just one of those things. Let me just go back to my notes. Breathing, oxygen, healthy mind. You cannot have a healthy mind if you don't have a healthy body. I think it's important to understand that if you want to be, yes, if you want to make an influence, just breathing is good for anxiety. There we go. Thank you, CM. Melanie said, ish, guys. Oh, my cousin, Melanie. Is jy my niggie? Is it Melanie, my niggie? Oh, my word. I did not know your surname was LaRue. That's true, CM. Just breathing is very good for anxiety. It's very, very important to breathe. And to be mindful of your body and what your body is telling you so that your mind can tell your body to breathe. So it's a little bit complicating sometimes if you think about it. But if you're mindful of your body or what your body feels, what your body is experiencing, it tells you. It tells you what, I can take this off. Your body does tell you what you need. Sometimes cravings will tell you what you have a shortage of. And I think it's important to have a holistic approach to mental health as well. You can't just be physically fit and expect to be healthy mentally. If you have a six-pack abs, it doesn't mean that you have a six-pack heart that I stole from Rebecca Kodeki. So it is a holistic approach, and I'm still figuring this out myself. And I'd like you to comment. I'd like you to email me. I'll put my email address in the comments section. I neglected to do that the last time. It's a youdoyou.mindfulness@gmail.com. I will try and remember to go and look at that. There was something that I wanted to read. So I have my reading glasses here, my blue filtered glasses, my sunglasses. The only thing I don't have here is my driving glasses. It's just horrible. It's like putting on different hats for whatever it is that you're doing. Have an holistic approach about your mental health. And don't postpone this. You never know when you will be triggered into a depressive episode. And that's normally what happens. You get a trigger or something bad happens, or you have an encounter with someone that keeps you down, and then you spiral downward. I'm going to end with this. It's a saying from Rochelle E. Goodrich. It's also in my description. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. It takes just one star to pierce a universe of darkness. So never give up. You do you. Be mindful of what you eat. Go get some exercises. Start standing more than sitting down. Just have a look at what you're eating. Find some necessary advice if you need to. Don't just rely on your friends that give you advice. What works for them might not work for you. We're all unique. And be mindful of your emotions, of your mental health. And if you think you need help, please go and see a mental health practitioner or your GP. They will point you in the right direction. I've also added the suicide crisis line and their hours, as well as SADAG. SADAG is an organization, I think, in South Africa as well. They do have a toll-free number, so I suppose that they are. But they are saying that, oh yeah, they are South African. They are saying that, but it's a global organization, just so you know. SADAG is globally, but in South Africa, those are the information. And I will still be able to put that hotline number and thingies on the screen. In South Africa, there are 23 suicides recorded daily. How shocking is that? and over 230 serious attempts. Now, just think on that for 1 second. Just let that sink in. Every day, I'm goosebumps. Every day, there are 200 odd-ish people trying to take their lives and failing. Okay, we can learn from that. I mean, it won't necessarily be successful, okay? So don't try it at home, anybody. Just don't. Seek help. I'm sure everybody has suffered and struggled with thoughts of death, of dying, of not living anymore. If that is you, it's one of the red flags you need to pay attention to. Talk to someone. Don't think that it's only stupid. It's not. It's your body talking to you, wanting you to do something about it. Don't let something take you down and down, because if you walk a path, when a dog goes around the corner in your yard, it forms a little pathway. Everywhere we can see where people usually walk. It's normally as the crow flies across a field, and then there becomes like a trail very, very quickly. But in your mind, if you walk that trail up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, you will find yourself digging a little grave that you might not be able to get out of. And it takes a lot of work to get out of it. You're going to literally have to dig sideways until the ground is under your feet, until you can step on it and get a bit higher, and then more ground, and then more ground, and then hopefully some soil will fall down and help you. But it's a lot of hard work. And then after that, you're going to have to stomp down that ditch, that grave that you have created in your mind, and teach your body, your mind, to be reprogrammed. I'm going to talk about cognitive behavioral therapy soon. My battery is running low, so this is my last hurrah. Seek help if you need help. Don't wait. Don't let anybody tell you that you are imagining things. I told my mom when I was very young, I think I'm depressed. And she didn't take me very seriously, but I also understand where she was coming from. I was young, and she didn't really think I knew anything about it. But I would come home and be exhausted after one day at home, at school. And I would have dark thoughts. And that word depression, I don't even think, oh, I must just post my email address. There we go. It's there. I'm going to put it on the screen. That's just so much fun, isn't it? Let's see if I spelled it correctly. There's my email address. Please email me. I am so keen on hearing your story, on learning more about you. Like I said, I'm not a health care practitioner or a professional, but I am and will be one of your very best friends. So I'm there for you. I maybe can't give you all the advice that you need, but I can point you in the right direction. Have a great Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and be mindful all the time. And please, if you can choose to do anything, choose kindness always. And there's only one like you. So just do you as best you can. Cheers.